You're listening to Vaquero News, the Valley Student Station.
Good afternoon, Vaqueros. Today is Monday, October 10th, and it's currently 87 degrees outside. We are live at our Edinburgh studio. I'm your host, John Luis Trejo.
And I'm Timothy Chapman, and this is
Vaquero News. On the top of the newscast this week, the Brownsville Animal Defense Organization will hold their annual Halloween extravaganza. Here's Silvana Villarreal with more.
On October 22nd, the Brownsville Animal Defense, BAD, will host their 8th annual Halloween extravaganza free of charge at the Catherine B. Stillman Dog Park in Olmito, Texas, to fundraise money for dog housing and their needs. The Brownsville Animal Defense is a nonprofit organization that focuses on providing temporary shelters to stray and needy dogs until they find a forever home, according to their official website. The event will host different activities and contests for animals and their owners alike, such as Best Human Dog Combo Costume Contest and Pup Cake Eating Contest. Tabitha Uresti, owner of a German Shepherd dog named Gunner, has previously attended this event and said it is a great way for dogs and the community to interact with each other.
People usually, take their dogs and they dress them up, and they dress up as well. Like me and Gunner, last year we dressed up as we had matching outfits, and it's just a fun day for everybody all around.
Gunner won first place at the costume contest in 2019 while dressed up as Batman's sidekick, Robin. The vendor lineup for the evening will include Bow Wow Healthy Treats, Mimi's Niche, and Fruityland, among others. Some of the sponsors financing the event include local pizzeria Dodeci's, Benavides Driving School, and the Brownsville Toyota car dealership. The organization is currently accepting candy donations at the Hard Knocks Strength and Performance Gym in Brownsville to hand out during the event. The event runs from 2 p.m. to 6 p.m. You can find more information on Brownsville Animal Defense social media. This is Silvana Villarreal with Vaquero Radio.
Do you walk on the Bronx Trail on Edinburgh campus? Well, you may want to. Watch out and check the rules. Here is Rodolfo Alvarado with more.
Hundreds of students walk the Bronx Trail on the Edinburgh campus every day to get to different buildings for classes, meetings, or events. However, there may be a safety concern to consider when walking down the walkway. Computer technician for desktop support at the Edinburgh campus, John J. Rivera, spoke to Vaquero Radio about his concerns regarding the Bronx Trail.
I've noticed that everybody ignores, or most people seem to ignore the signs about no personal vehicles or no motor vehicles on the trail.
Rivera takes the Bronx Trail at least 4 times a day due to his work as a technician. He said he has seen many people, both students and faculty, use personal transport vehicles such as skateboards, bikes, hoverboards, and golf carts. He said this is a safety concern.
So I think it creates a big liability for UTRGV. One day somebody's going to get seriously hurt, and it's going to lead to litigation and a lot of cost to the university.
According to the UTRGV Handbook of Operating Procedures, Policy ADM 10-904 states that personal transportation riding devices are prohibited from use on covered walkways, breezeways, and pedestrians on all UTRGV campuses. Despite this, Rivera said students may not be aware of this rule due to the location of signs.
I believe they don't know the rule because there's only those signs, but they're real obscure. They're not real prominent where you'll see it. They're off on the side.
Entrepreneurship junior Michael Kelly said he's seen people use vehicles on the Bronx Trail and heard of an incident.
Because I remember a classmate of mine, who accidentally almost got hit by it's either someone on a scooter or a bike. They forgot to tell them that they were coming through.
Computer engineer freshman Jose Luis Almaza Jr. said he did not feel there was a safety issue. In fact, he said he thought it was normal.
I actually thought it was very normal for people to skate and use scooters and stuff like that, because I thought it was like a Wild West kind of Bronx Trail. That's why I interpreted.
For more information on the rule, visit the UTRGV Parking and Transportation website. This is Rodolfo Alvarado for Vaquero News.
And McLean goes up and throws down a monster dunk. That fires up the UTRGV Fieldhouse.
Now time for Vaquero Sports.
A UTRGV baseball player was recently being signed with the New York Yankees. Here's Timothy Chapman with exclusive interview.
UTRGV Vaquero and baseball pitcher Kevin Stevens is now in Tampa, Florida, to start his training after he was drafted by the New York Yankees and signed to the team on July 13th, 2022. Stevens played for the UTRGV baseball team for the last 3 years and would go on to achieve great things. He mentioned how baseball was never even his first choice when he was growing up, as he was playing every sport out there. But it wasn't until he picked up a baseball that his talents began to shine.
In high school, when I really started pitching, it kind of just all came together full circle.
Said Stevens.
When I really started picking baseball over every other sport I was playing, that was my ultimate goal, was to be a professional athlete.
Stevens said that once he found out about UTRGV, he wasn't sure about this school or how far it could take him, but he was willing to take a chance on the team that was just as willing to take a chance on him.
When I first got here, I didn't really know what to expect. I was just trying to play Division I baseball, and UTRGV gave me the opportunity and then let me develop as a player and the person I am now, and ultimately got me to be a Yankee.
Head coach Derek Matlock was one of the key individuals responsible for giving Stevens an opportunity to play for the UTRGV baseball team.
I just reached out to him one day and was like, hey, I'm looking for a place to play. Pretty much just gave me a chance, and then I just ran with it.
Coach Matlock has been by Stevens' side since the very beginning of his journey, and acknowledges the improvement Stevens has made since becoming a player for the team.
He come in as a 87, 88 mile guy, come in with no breaking ball. Now he has an outstanding breaking ball. Just matured and gotten better every year. Really hard worker, extremely hard worker.
When asked if Coach Matlock believes Stevens needed any more advice now that he's on his way to the big leagues, he said how impressive it was for how lucky Stevens learned the game and perfected his craft as a pitcher.
If he goes in and does what he's capable of doing, then his chances of getting moved up to the big leagues in 2 years is pretty big, or getting traded and going to the big leagues for another club, since the Yankees are pretty pitching heavy.
The future looks bright for Kevin Stevens.
We signed outside the 20 rounds as a 24-year-old. That's really hard to do. And he's already been invited to instruct, so that's huge. That's hard to be a non-drafted guy and go to instruct. That means they saw something in you that they really, really like. When you throw the ball 99 miles an hour, it's probably going to do that.
This is Timothy Chapman for Vaquero Radio.
Hello, Vaqueros. This is the sports schedule of this week. Today, 10th, the UTRGV volleyball team will have a game against New Mexico State. This game will be at 6:30 p.m. on Edinburgh, Texas. And on Thursday, 13, the UTRGV men's soccer team will have a game against California Baptist on Riverside, CA. This game will be at 8 p.m. And after, the UTRGV women's soccer team will have a game against Utah Valley on Orem, UT. This game will be at 8:30 p.m. And on Saturday, the UTRGV women's cross country will have a competition at Arturo's Barrios Invitational at College Station, Texas. This competition will be at 9 a.m. And the UTRGV women's soccer team will have a game against Seattle U at Seattle WA. This game will be at 2 p.m. And last, the men's soccer team will have a game against Utah Valley on Orem UT. This game will be at 4 p.m. And this is the sports schedule of this week. I'm Jan Trejo for Vaquero Radio.
And now for this week's events calendar.
Tomorrow there will be a pumpkin carving contest from 1 to 5 p.m. in both Brownsville and Edinburgh student unions. On Wednesday, October the 12th, a pop-up thrift shop will be at the Edinburgh campus student union. On Thursday, October the 13th, downtown Brownsville Rec Center will have a poetry club meeting. Lastly, on October 15th, Brownsville's Gladys Porter Zoo will host an archaeology fair free of charge for everybody.
Now for this week's campus weather report.
Hello, Vaqueros. This is the forecast weather for the week. Today in the valley is partly cloudy with a height of 87 degrees Fahrenheit and a 6% chance of rain. For Tuesday, there's a 13% chance of rain and a height of 91 degrees. The rest of the week is expected to be mostly sunny with heights of 92 and lows of 69.
And that was the newscast for this week.
Make sure to download the Radio Fix app and listen to our favorite DJ shows by favoriting Vaquero Radio, and check our YouTube channel so you can watch our newscast and have the latest news of UTRGV.
You can also watch KVQ TV on social media or on VCast monitors around campus. And if you are on campus, don't forget to pick up the Writer newspaper physical issue from the many newsstands around campus. Join us next week, same time, same place.
Only on Vaquero Radio, the Valley Student Station.
Have a great week, Vaqueros.